As a society, we tend to organize things. We draw state lines, create districts, and maintain political boundaries. But the ocean disregards any lines we draw on a map. The transboundary nature of the ocean and animals crossing jurisdictional lines happens across 71% of the Earth's surface. Governments that share waters are affected by similar sets of issues, like algal blooms, tropical storms, pollution, and more. Because of this, it only makes sense for neighboring governments to work together. Cooperation is critical in the ocean sciences. For example, while fish stocks are governed by national limits, fish species move constantly over jurisdictions based on foraging or reproductive needs. Where one country may lack certain expertise, another country can support that gap. Ocean science diplomacy occurs on two parallel tracks. First, science-to-science collaboration brings scientists together through joint research projects to find solutions to the Earth's biggest problems. Second, science for policy change applies information developed through scientific collaboration to educate decision-makers about the state of changing coasts and encourage them to ultimately change policies. Scientific collaborations have had to navigate travel limitations, the ability to import equipment and gear, and permits needed to start a research expedition cruise or collect ocean samples. Uncertainty around diplomatic relations makes it hard to raise funds and plan research. Projects can be cut short if relations sour. Over the years, we've seen governments change. The 2014 normalization of relations between Cuba and the U.S., followed by the rescinding of these efforts by the new administration, took the wind out of our sail. But through it all, science is that common ground, bringing two countries together that otherwise may not be talking. We have been one of the first and longest-running U.S. nonprofits working in Cuba since 1998. TOF's engagement of scientists and governments from Cuba and the U.S. led to a groundbreaking Sister Sanctuaries Agreement in 2015, matching U.S. marine sanctuaries with Cuban marine sanctuaries to collaborate on science, conservation, and management of marine protected areas. Mexico joined our trinational initiative in 2008, which acts as a neutral platform for scientists and government officials to chart a course for ocean science. Our perseverance led to the creation of the Gulf of Mexico Marine Protected Area Network, or Red Golfo, in 2017 when Mexico officially joined. Red Golfo provides a platform for managers to share data and lessons learned to better prepare for and respond to regional changes and threats. A healthy Gulf and Caribbean stimulates a healthy economy. That's why we're promoting a stronger system of stewardship to protect this regional resource. Ocean acidification is an issue that transcends politics as it impacts all countries equally, regardless of a country's carbon emissions. In December 2018, we received unanimous support at the Cartagena Convention's protocol concerning specially protected areas and wildlife meeting for a resolution to address ocean acidification as a concern for the wider Caribbean region. The Cartagena Convention has been ratified by 25 United Nations member states and covers the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, and areas of the Atlantic Ocean. To get our recommendations adopted, we educated delegations about ocean acidification and presented to the Science and Technical Advisory Committee. The parties adopted the recommendation without amendment, and on the second day of the meeting. Immediately after, the convention's hosting governments adopted the resolution in full. In 2019, we educated the Mexican Senate about the ocean's changing chemistry, sargassum algal blooms, and ocean-bound plastics. This opened up communication about policy for ocean acidification adaptation and the importance of a centralized data hub to facilitate decision-making. We conduct joint research on migratory marine species such as sawfish and sea turtles that move indiscriminately between the United States, Mexico, and Cuba. We train legislators on key topics affecting our coasts and ocean in Mexico, leading to opportunities to draft updated laws. We work with partners to provide a moderating structure for practitioners to coordinate on transboundary migratory species conservation across the Western Caribbean region. Science is a neutral space that promotes continued collaboration. The ocean knows no boundaries, lines, or political stances. By leading with scientific inquiry, we can work to understand issues and create measured solutions for the coasts we rely and thrive on.